multi-dimensional arrays, and we stopped halfway through because it was taking so long, and this is a continuation of it. So as you can see on the screen, we declared 4 arrays, and 2 were single dimension and 2 were multi-dimension. Now what we're going to do is access them. We assigned values to multi-dimension, and we assigned values to single dimension array. And now we're going to do it the other way. There's 2 ways of doing it, and so we're going to access them individually and give it a value. And so here goes. So what we'll do is numbers, yeah, square brackets, and it's 3 elements, so we'll go to element number 1, which is the middle one, 0, 1, 2, and we'll go equals, and we'll go equals, not equals 6, hit enter. And so we've assigned a value to numbers, element number 2, element number 1, but the second value in the array. And to do the same with the multi-dimensional one, so to do the same with this one here, numbers 2, we'll use we're using a name to get access to this array, and it's num2. We'll hold it, and we'll do the square brackets, and inside the square brackets we'll go 0. Now 0 is the first element, even though we've got 2 there, it's 1, 2, that's when you're creating the object, but when you're accessing them it starts at 0, and so that's where some people get confused. So 0, and then there's 2 columns, and we want the first column, which is 0, and there's 3 rows, and we want to go to the second row. So we'll go to number 1, and then we'll go equals, and then we do a value 7, and that's us assigned the value 7 to column 0, value, the second value, value number 1, and we're going to do the same thing to the first element and the first column. We're going to give it 17, and then the third element, the third value in column 0, we're going to give it 77, and then to give a value to column number 2, it's 1, and we'll go to the second value in column number 2, which was number 1, square brackets, equals 100. Square brackets equals 100. We've got an extra square brackets. Okay, so what we've done there is individually assigned values to elements, unlike this way here. And so what we can do is we print it out. Let's see, we'll go num2, and to print it out it's the same as assigning a value to it, but without the equals into value, and it will just print out the value that's already there. So if we go to 77, it's 0, 2, and then end the brackets, semicolon, do a console dot read, just to hold on to the DOS prompt, the console, and 77 is on the screen there. Now if we change what element of the array we're looking at, if we change this to number 1, column 0 number 1, column 0 row 1 is 7, and so 7 should appear. Yep, and 7's appeared. Now if we go to row, so this is column number 1, the second column, and we gave a value 100 to row number 1, and so it should be 100. Yeah, and so that's how you assign the values. What you can also do is you can also do a for loop. Yeah, 0 going to 0, yep. And x is, because what we're going to do is we're going to loop the rows, and there's 3 of them, so less than 3, x equals x plus 1, brackets, braces, and what we can do is we can cut and paste this in here, and then all we need to do is put x in here and 0 there, and it's going to print out the first column, and each value for the first column is going to go into to the screen. It's going to go onto the screen. So here goes 17,777 in the multi-dimensional array, and you would have a for loop within a for loop. X would be for the columns, and maybe Y would be for the rows, and you could route through every single element in the multi-dimensional display, but we're not going to go into that just now. So that's how you would assign values to it. But you could also use the for loop to assign to x. What we're going to do is 0 x, and we're going to assign 4 equals 4. So we're going to add 4 to every single one of the column, the first column 0, every single value in the rows of column 0 is going to have 4. And that's, now what I've got to do is I've got to print it out to screen. I'm just going to do a different for it, and I'm going to do console dot So what I've done here, if the row part, I've made X, and X is going to go 0, 1, 2, which is the 3 elements, and each one's going to be printed out from row 0, and so I'm going to show you that happening. 4, 4, 4, that's what we put into it. And so you can use a for loop to assign values and to read values from